95 will rock the rock station. Tom and Leah will rock morning show. Leah could probably tell. Last night I was texting her. Could you tell?
That you were high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was show prepping while stoned, but I come up with some of my best ideas. Now, if they're as well executed now as they were last night in my little stoned brain, that's another story. Yesterday, I noticed that today was a special day, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, we have to introduce my friend Randy. Now, when the unpleasantness of 2018 happened, Randy was one of the very first people to find out, and I credit Randy with the fact that I lived.
Yeah, you're still here.
Yeah. So Randy lives in Florida. We go to my friend Randy, and we say good morning. Good morning, Randy. Can you hear me?
I can. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you. It's a beautiful day here in Southern Florida.
Randy's like, why do you want to talk to me? Well, I'm gonna tell you the exact exchange. Let me tell you the exact exchange first because it's a little confusing. I was texting him as well last night.
Poor Randy,
because he had texted me and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I said, "Randy, I'm well. I'm calling you tomorrow on air. It's a gay thing. Is that okay?" And then I thought, boy, that seemed very demanding. Then I also text, "I miss you." So. And he said, "Sure, bring it. You should be using Billy." That's his hair guy. He's damn funny. I'll meet him when I get down there, Randy. So Randy is my gay friend in Florida. I hate that I say that, but I have other friends that I'm sure are gay, but closeted. I don't know. But Randy is my gay friend. And so when I have matters of that to discuss, I always vet them through him.
Through Randy,
to make sure I'm not being a dumbass toward people of that community. So last night we had guests over. Nick and Karen came over last night. We watched the Godsmack, the Sully Erna movie, watch that movie.
Good stuff.
Randy, I know you're probably not a Godsmack fan, but watch the Sully Erna movie. It's his biography. It is incredible. So we're watching that, and then Nick and Karen stayed over, so we're going to use the billiard room at my house. We have a pool table. I live in a mansion. I have 4 toilets and only 3 people. It's a mansion, more toilets than people. Randy, how many people live where you live?
1.
Just Gaston only. How is Gaston? Good?
He's very good. Thank you for
His
asking.
boyfriend is Gaston.
Gaston.
Yeah. He's the smoldering foreign doctor. So Randy hit gay gold, Jackpot, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Right? Gold. Right, Randy? He's,
Everybody wants to be Gaston, if you know the musical.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's good? Gaston's good?
He's good, thank you.
So the pool table, we invite them into the billiard room to play pool. Has a dining top on top of it. Well, that you can put on top of it. It makes it a dining room table. Yep. When we got it, Yola's like, "Well, we should just leave the dining top on because we're going to use that more than the pool table." We've used the pool table quite a few times, not as much as you would think, but we've never used the dining top, so it just sits underneath. So we're telling Nick and Karen about that last night as we're playing pool. And Yola's like, "We need to have a dinner party." And I said, "I will never have a dinner party without my friend Randy." Because we went to his house. You know the potatoes I'm talking about yet, Randy?
I'm still not there yet.
He wants to know why it's potatoes and pride we're talking about. He didn't even know the pride part, which is a gay man. That's embarrassing. We'll get to the pride part later. We're on video, by the way. Tom Tube is up and running. The potato part is he had a dinner party, and Yola and I were the token straight people at the dinner party.
Oh, wow.
And it was the most delightful dinner party I have ever been to. Everything was like perfect. Randy's house you go to and you don't want to sit because everything
it's like out of a Home and Garden magazine.
Yeah, there's there's a piece of dust here that has to be professionally. Anyway,
it's what happens when kids don't live in your house.
Exactly,
I don't think it's just a gay thing.
So Randy has his dinner party and it's delightful. The food is wonderful. The conversation is wonderful. Afterwards, we go out to one of the local establishments where, by the way, a guy is giving massages to people as they sit in the bar chair. And he asks if he can give me a massage. And I say, "No, that's okay." He goes, "It's okay. It's okay. I'm straight." And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, "No, I just don't want a massage." Then he moves on to Yola and he's like, "Can I give her a massage?" And he looks at me and goes, "It's okay, I'm gay." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you were straight a minute ago. How did this happen?
Magical.
This bar's turning people straight and gay. Run! Yeah. So anyway, it was just the most wonderful night. And they all bring something to the dinner party.
Okay.
Randy is charged with the mashed potatoes. Now, he has this beautiful kitchen that I would love to cook in sometime, but why start letting people cook in it now? Because Randy obviously never has. So we go out to the Costco and we get the little tubs of mashed potato, not frozen, but you know the ones I'm talking about. Yep. They're in the cardboard box, and then you peel the plastic off and
delicious,
you microwave it. Here's the potatoes part of this. Randy makes the most, and all the people are like, oh, Randy, these mashed potatoes are so good. You did so well with the mashed, because he puts them in his own dishes. He's no fool.
Right.
Oh, Randy, these are the most creamy, smooth, delicious, wonderful mashed potatoes.
How did you get them this smooth?
Here's what you do. Each and every one of the tubs, you scoop out some of the mashed, had a stick of butter in it. These men were sitting around eating butter with a spoon, and they just didn't know it. The mashed potatoes were just disguising the fact that they were eating butter. With a spoon.
Yeah.
So if you're going to make mashed potatoes, learn from my friend Gay Randy that it's Costco mashed potatoes with a stick of butter.
Yeah. You just outed him on not for
no,
being
everybody
gay,
knows he's gay, right? Randy, that ship has sailed, hasn't it?
That dog don't hunt no more.
Short sidebar: between college and high school and college, I lived with Randy in Atlanta. And him and Paul, I had this condo or whatever they lived in. I went down there to work. I worked a bunch of jobs and just wanted to go somewhere after high school.
Yeah.
So for 3 months, I lived in Atlanta with Randy. And at the time, Randy wasn't gay. He had girls he talked about liking and all of that stuff. And I don't know if he was just lying to himself or if he was closeted, or I never have bothered to ask him. This is not my thing. At the time, I thought, okay, Randy, whatever. If you want to play that game, fine. Let's go find some broads. But so he didn't have like an extra bedroom, but he had a walk-in closet. So we had a tiny little mattress that we put in that walk-in closet, and that was my air quotes room in his condo, with my mattress, and that's where I kept my stuff and whatever.
The gay man kept you in the closet.
So every morning I came out of a gay man's closet. I literally came out of the closet every morning. Hey, Randy, going to find some broads tonight? Let's go find some broads. Yeah, Tom, can't wait to lay a little pipe with those hotties. So anyway, is this all okay? When I say gay Randy, is that okay? Just so people know who we're talking about.
Does Randy introduce you as his straight friend?
Tom? Well,
this is straight Tom.
All the gays knew that we were the token straight people at the dinner party. I went on Randy's 60th birthday, and you don't look a day over 59, my friend. 60th birthday cruise.
He looks like he's in his 40s.
Jake and I were those token straights then, and that was when I was like single, and I'm like, all right, man, let's get this rolling. And because ladies like the gay guys, and I thought, well, then I'll break it to them that I'm straight, and I'll get lucky. I never got lucky on the cruise. It didn't work. So anyway, that's the potatoes part of it. Is if you're going to make mashed potatoes, just go to Costco, get the tub and a stick of butter, and kill your friends at a dinner party, right?
Not just regular butter, Irish butter.
You have to get the Irish Gold.
Irish Gold is so good.
Which I think kills you just slightly faster, and you die just a little happier than regular butter. Being from Wisconsin, you're kind of an asshole now, Randy. You're going to tell them to buy Oleo next time. So that's the potatoes part. Write that down. Take that to the Mac. Coming up next, the pride part. And I had to explain to Randy. He's like, what is potatoes and pride? But he didn't know either one of them. I had to send him a link about the pride part. You're a horrible gay person, Randy. You are. But we're going to talk about the pride part of it next. Can you wait 5 more minutes? I have to play commercials because I'm gainfully employed. What time are you going to work today? Or are you working from your home office?
Working from home. Yeah.
You're gonna put a suit or something, at least a suit jacket on, right? Or do you do video meetings?
Yep.
When you do that, are you like pantsless? Do you just put the top part on and sit there like you're in a suit? Do you?
Fleece shorts and a dress shirt.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. How's the new house? Good. Yeah.
It's very good. Thank you. All settled, all comfortable. Yep.
You put in a pool yet?
I have not. We're not on air, correct?
Yes, we are.
No, have not done the pool yet. Just not sure I want to. It's a lot of work. But they're done that.
I'm never going to come see you again.
I know that's what I have to.
No, we're going to come see you. What do you mean we're not on the air? I told you we were going to be on the air. Have I said, hey, did
you outed him for the butter?
Did your family just find out? Anyway, we're online video too. We're looking right at you. 95willrock.com. Tell all your friends, but you're going to be outed on the butter thing. Okay. We're going to come back to you for the Pride part of it. That is coming up next. It's potatoes and Pride Day 719.
Mostly sunny and 70 today.
WIIL Rock Morning Show. Thanks to the Ray and Raymond Auto Group in Fox Lake and Antioch. The Pride part of P&P Day next on WIIL Rock.
In the Garden of Eden.
The spice of life.
It's also where your fantasy comes to blossom. You know what I mean?
Where your fantasy comes to blossom.
I stole it from their Facebook page. Yeah.
Where your okay, so like if you're into something or whatever, that's where you go to get the tail.
Sometimes you don't even know that you're into something before
it's into you.
Yeah, there it is. Well, it's not just that stuff. That's in a separate room. All of the grown-up toys and what I like to say, goodies.
Like bags. Grown-up toys.
Yeah.
Ladder ball.
Sure.
All right.
No,
billiards,
not those kind of toys. I'm talking top brands and grown-up toys and goodies. You know what I mean.
I do.
In the Garden of Eden, they believe that every woman deserves to feel beautiful. Really, everyone deserves to feel good.
I feel pretty.
Good. Oh, so pretty. They have lingerie that you could wear out and then back into the bedroom, available in all sizes, small to 4X. And the hanging lingerie is always buy one, get one half off. Maybe make a weekend out of it and have that on the list of places to stop by. Their staff, Laurel and her team, they're absolutely terrific. And they are going to help you find what you are looking for in the Garden of Eden in downtown Kenosha off of 57th Street.
Spice of life. Sorry, I was a little late there. TomTube is up and running. That's where you can meet my friend Randy from Florida. He was from Wisconsin. He moved to Florida, and iguanas fall from the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Our question about Florida, Randy, is always, we've covered this before. Does Florida draw the crazy people, or is it after they get there in Florida, they turn crazy? Is it causal effect, or what would you be your assessment? Do you feel like you're crazy, or you won't know yet?
I think it's a little bit of both. A friend of mine once said to me, if you can't make it in Florida, you can't make it anywhere. So I think we're kind of a magnet for people.
Crazy people.
Find their way in life. Yes.
All right. We covered the potatoes part. There's no shame in taking something from a place and putting it in your own dish and
Absolutely
calling it your
not.
own.
Especially if you add something
stick of
to
butter
it.
in it and killing your friends.
If you add just a dash of any
and Randy's
it's
all
yours.
like, he's hanging his hat on. Well, it's the Irish butter, Tom.
Yeah.
It's not regular butter.
It is.
How gauche. Anyway, so Randy knows, but I didn't know that, and that's how we make our potatoes now. So when I die of a young, early heart failure, it's Randy's fault.
Young has passed.
You want to step out for a while and not insult me in front of my... No, he's loving this. So anyway, the potatoes part of it is that the pride part of it, and you did not like Pride Month is in June, but today is International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia, and I think that takes it to the next level. Over pride is one thing, being against phobia, because you don't want people to be afraid of you, and you shouldn't be afraid of people for that reason.
Right.
So there's that. Randy, did you not know this was a day? Because Pride Month is in June. I didn't know this was a day until it showed up on my prep site.
I knew it was Pride Month. I did not know about the awareness event that the phobia events. Yes. But with your link, I went in and looked at it.
Yeah, Pride Month is all of June, though, right?
Correct.
And that got now the pride conversation is, and I say this in June. And listen, it's not the gay part of it that I campaign because of. I mean, I don't give a whatever about whatever. As long as they can give consent, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Adults can give consent. Humans can give consent. But so if they can give consent and it's two of you, whatever. I don't.
Right.
Sure. Or three of you or 80. I don't. It upsets me the gay and the pride and all that stuff is because of the legal parts of it, and I'm a firm believer in the Constitution and like we black people fought in the Civil War and in the American Revolution, yet still did not have the rights of the white people, which was wrong.
Right.
It's in the Constitution. All men are created equal. Doesn't say your skin color, your gender, or your sexual orientation should have any effect whatsoever. And there's legislation and laws and things. And for the longest time, gay people didn't have the same rights and privileges as the rest of us. And as a patriot, as an American, I will fight for the rights of people I disagree with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and this is a neutral thing. I don't care who you love. It's none of my business. Doesn't affect me. So then people I agree with, I of course fight for their rights. So to me, it's a thing as an American, you should be appalled that other Americans had any rights withheld. I don't think people 19, 20, 18, 19, and 20 should be withheld the right to have alcohol. They can go to everybody's like, well, they can be in the military. They should have beer. Agreed. But if you can go to adult prison and have to have all the things of being an adult,
right.
You should have all the privileges and rights. They just are not. They're just too unmotivated and lazy. This generation to organize and fight for that. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers fought hard to have the drinking age be 21, and there it is. So the gay thing is just so Pride Month, and this people will say, well, why do they got to rub our faces in it? When's Straight Pride Month?
Mm-hmm.
These are the same people that say, when's White History Month? It's every month. Straight Pride Month is every month. Straight people have never been persecuted or thrown off mountains or denied any rights because of their straightness. Why do they have to rub our faces in it? Straight people are out rubbing your faces in their straightness all the time. Mm-hmm. Why are there parades and all that stuff? Because the moment you start to act like it's not a big deal that they finally got these rights that they had to fight and suffer for, and I encourage you to Google the Stonewall riots and all that stuff. Once you start to try and erode those away and they're not in your face, then that happens. Then we revert to people not having all their rights. Is that a correct assessment, Randy?
Yeah, I think you did a good job there of kind of taking that all in and putting it into perspective. Yes.
It's the Cliff's Notes, right?
Yes.
And it's in June. It's in June. And it's the chant was, "We're queer, we're here, get used to it." That was one of the big original Pride things, was because it's trying to say we're not going anywhere, and we apparently have to get in your face and so that you realize that. Is that right?
Yeah, and in as much as there's been a lot of progress over the last 50 years, we've seen over the last 4, 5, 6 years kind of things kind of going backwards a little bit. So these sorts of events are more important than ever, because it's really about awareness. It's about bringing people that are living their lives and trying to be happy, and for whatever reason, there are people that feel that they shouldn't be able to be that or be authentic or live their authentic self. And so all of this is about awareness and about saying, hey, your brother, your mother, your son, your friend, your business partner, all of these people are there, and you may or may not know it. That's the thing. And so these events are about bringing we're creating opportunities for people to come forward and to be seen. And we can't have enough of that, because this has been around. This isn't like, sometimes people think that this is something that, came up the last 100 years. This has been around for literally thousands of years. You can go and look at hieroglyphics on walls and see this history. And actually, there have been cultures where this is celebrated. But
so you're saying the homosexuality or whatever itself, or the persecution? Persecution has been celebrated
for gay people to be a part of society has been celebrated in certain cultures throughout time.
To have gay people part of society.
Correct. Yeah. The persecution really started in the last couple of 100 years, is where, interestingly, well,
shouldn't we be proud? So we went the wrong way. So that's why you need to have the Pride events and all of that stuff. So to answer your question, John Q. Public, it's straight Pride every month. So give the gay folks June. And today is anti-persecution day. And can I tell you, and this is a side note, if you get the chance to go to a parade or a party or whatever, best dinner party I was ever at was Randy's house. The best party you will ever go to is because it's insane. When Randy lived in Boys Town down on in Chicago, we were there right before the week of the parade or whatever. And they had the chain link fences around the trees and everything. I'm like, what goes on down here? Maybe we should come down and see it. And this is right on Halstead. He's like, no, don't come that week. It is straight up insanity, right?
It is. And I'll share one quick funny story if we have time. Sure. I was at one of the Pride events a few years ago, and an older friend of mine was there who said, if you go to the parade now, it's a very commercialized event. So all the big brands are there, and it's very gentrified. And a friend of mine said, this isn't a gay pride parade. A gay pride parade is when someone comes up and spits in your face.
Randy,
so we've made progress.
No, that is noted. I will, next time we're at a parade, I will spit in your face because I love you, my friend. You're one of my favorite people. Wasn't for Randy, I don't know that I'd be here right now. He was there, and there's a lot of stereotypical things that I find to be true. You are more open emotionally, and you're very good with the mashed potatoes. So all the gay cliches are there, and you dress better than me and all that stuff.
Well, that's not
and
hard.
Whatever. So, if you had a swimming pool, boy, you'd just be the best, Randy. So,
I'll work on it.
How are you not going to have a swimming pool? You're in Florida. How do you cool off? What do you do? You have a pond. You don't swim in that pond. There's alligators.
I do not swim in the pond. It's just it'll come. It'll get here eventually. I just haven't got it done yet.
Okay. Well, my back is sore now, Randy. Anyway, all right. So go spread the word about international, because that's a new one by me. International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia. Listen, if you don't like that stuff during Pride Month, none of it's mandatory, right? Like I don't have to do the gay, right? I can just still, right? It's none of it's mandatory, right? So if you have a problem with it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
But better if you can step out and make people who do it feel like they're not marginalized and don't have to hide in the shadows like they did, and that's why there has to be Pride Month. So, all right, give me a call when you get the swimming pool. All right, say hi to Gaston and the other fellows for me, And let me know when there's going to be another dinner party. Is this okay? Were you all right being on? You seem nervous.
No, I did seem nervous. No, I'm not nervous. No.
Yeah.
I'm getting actually quite good at it. I enjoy our little chats.
Now he's after my job. Fine. All right. I love you, brother.
Talk to you soon. See you.
There's Randy. Now I hope, and then you're not mad that you're my go-to source. It's just you have personality, and I feel like I need somebody that when I speak to these things, I'm talking out well, that's a weird way of putting it, but I feel like at least I have some authority behind me when you say I'm not being an idiot.
I'm always here for you, and I'm especially impressed to hear that you now have a billiard room. You've come a long way from sleeping in the closet.
Yeah. So out of Randy's closet and into my billiard room, my fancy eating table. Thanks, Randy. There's Randy. He's in Florida and doesn't have a swimming pool.
Does he live in a community that has a pool? Because like my dad doesn't have a pool at his house either, and he won't get one, even though I tried to.
But he can, right? So that you don't have to go over to the community one when the hoi polloi.
Yeah, but I don't mind going to. Yeah, he's like, why would I? Community pool? I do. He's like, and I agree with him. I agree with Randy. It's a lot to take care of.
Randy does not have a
community
pool. I don't think, because it's houses and it's like bigger. It's not like one of those. It's like actual houses that were there before they made these gated
community
retirement things. So there's no like club. I don't think. There is a pond out back, but gators.
Yeah.
But he used to have this condo with this little pool smaller than this room, about the size of about half of this room. Well,
just enough to cool off.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it's just not get drunk in.
No, that too.
Anyway, It is 7:36. Coming up next, we got Corso's 3 lockbox key clue. He's trying to every morning. He gives me the ones where I'm like, what?
Why?
Yeah. So, but I think that the clues are good enough. You could probably go find the key this weekend. We'll give you this morning's 7:30 clue coming up in moments here.
Mostly sunny and 70 today. 77 with few clouds tomorrow. Sunny and 72 on Sunday. It is 62 in Waukegan and 62 in Elgin. Just yep. I also might have the answer to a question that you never asked. Are tacos sandwiches?
Jake asked our hot dog sandwiches, and some things just don't have a right answer.
No, they don't. But a judge ruled on this exact topic this week, so I will get you the answer that he gave.
I have a gavel. Tacos are not sandwiches.
Okay. Save it. That's coming up after the 95 WIIL Rock 95-second update, which is brought to you by 5 Star Firearms on Sheridan Road in Zion, just north of Route 173. McHenry County State's attorney expressed serious concerns about a proposed law that would alter the process of notifying state's attorneys when a newborn tests positive for drugs. Critics, they argue that this change could compromise child welfare and public safety, citing previous cases like that of AJ Friend, whose tragic death underscored the importance of timely intervention in drug-related cases involving newborns. Alcohol and speed are suspected factors in a rollover crash that critically injured two women actually, in Woodstock. Emergency responders arrived at the scene to find a heavily damaged vehicle with one victim receiving CPR and another trapped inside the vehicle. Both women, aged 22 and 29, were airlifted to Condell Medical Center in critical condition. WIIL Rock Sports, that is brought to you by Pratt's Chimney Service for cleaning, repairs, and rebuilds. You could go to prattschimney.com. Pittsburgh Pirates, they beat the Chicago Cubs 5-4. Those two teams rematch this afternoon. Brewers, they were off yesterday. They open a series with the Astros in Houston tonight. The White Sox played the Yankees in the Bronx. In the NBA playoffs, Minnesota Timberwolves over the Denver Nuggets. That forces a Game 7. Exciting series going on there tonight. Knicks at Pacers. In the NHL playoffs, the New York Rangers, they beat the Carolina Hurricanes. Canucks over the Oilers. And tonight, Panthers at Bruins. Stars at Avalanche. And finally, and maybe someone has asked this question before, and yes, I've heard the hot dog sandwich one.
Where do you land on that?
No, I think that there's just different types of, I mean, you can make a hot dog sandwich when you take them, and I remember that was the best snack.
Cut the hot dogs in half and lay them out on bread.
Lay them out on bread with a little bit of ketchup. We only did that because
we were too cheap to have buns. Yeah.
Well, and the buns go bad before you could eat the pack of hot dogs.
I put the buns in the freezer. Yoel puts the buns in the freezer. It degrades the quality a little bit, but we always have hot dog buns. And when you're a stoner, it's important to always have hot dog buns. Hot dog buns.
Hot dog buns.
One a stoner, two a stoner, hot dog. So what do you say about the hot dog thing?
Like you said, so there's not a right or wrong answer.
Right. I don't have an answer on that.
I think it's a hot dog.
Both sides have arguments.
Yeah.
Okay, you say no sandwich.
However, this was a ruling in a court. Are tacos sandwiches?
They are not.
Well, a judge in Indiana just ruled on it this week. This guy, Martin, he's been trying to open a taco place in a strip. And we're in Fort Wayne on this story, but he ran into some.
I'm in Fort Wayne for nothing. If there's a way to skip over or through Indiana, take it.
You don't like Fort Wayne?
I like Indiana.
Yeah, true. He ran into some red tape though, and thanks to a contract that limits the type of restaurants allowed.
So there's a contract that says
only so many
sandwich shops.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm opening a taco shop, and they're like, no, it's a sandwich shop. He's like, no, it's not. It's a taco shop. Is that right? Is that what's going on here?
It says you can only open a place that sells made to order or Subway style sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
So he sued, claiming that tacos and burritos are in fact sandwiches. I guess this contract, by the way, side note, was designed to prevent big fast food chains from moving in.
Well, somebody had to be like behind this becoming an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the other sandwich places are like,
no, you can't be with you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
You're not making sandwiches.
Right. So
his case has been making its way through the legal system. This has taken a really long time.
Assholes collide.
Right,
just work it out. This is a waste of our legal system's time.
Superior Court judge just ruled on Monday that tacos are in fact a sandwich.
They are a sandwich.
They are a sandwich. It's a Mexican style sandwich. That's what he ruled. They're basically that.
Was there any more in the ruling, like written? Did he write a ruling? And what are the words? Just that it's a Mexican style sandwich.
This was his ruling. Has this
judge ever had a taco? Tacos are not sandwiches.
Well, but when it comes to the red tape that he was trying to pass, I think that there was a work around it. This is in quotations. Tacos and burritos are basically just Mexican style sandwiches, end quote.
So a taco is a sandwich. Can we get to him to rule on the hot dog thing? I disagree with this ruling, though. Don't you or not?
No, not.
You think a taco is a sandwich?
I think that
you said a hot dog wasn't, but a taco is.
Well, in a way, it is. In a way, if it's going to get this guy to be able to open up his business.
If you ever run for judge, I'm going to run against you, not because I want to be a judge, but because I don't want you to be one. This needs to get kicked up, though.
Well, don't worry. Don't I have to be a lawyer first? That's definitely not going to happen.
This needs to get kicked up. It was in Superior Court, so obviously that was an appeal like that. Or was that the main? Was it the first one? Or that was an
this has been going on.
This needs to get kicked up to where there's multiple judges, because if they get a split decision, then you get to at least have the dissenting opinion written. And I want to read that and see what that says. I put way too much thought into this.
You did.
I'm going to post the poll now on the 95 WIIL Rock Morning Show Tens of Listeners group on Facebook. Is a taco a sandwich? And I guarantee it'll be 80% that it's not.
Probably, but
right?
Probably.
Really, but this is an Indiana judge. You know, a judge in Indiana doesn't qualify to be a dog catcher in any other state. It's the crotch of America. And because he said that a taco is a sandwich, the opposite is true. A taco is not a sandwich. I am a judge. I have a gavel and a puck for my gavel. I have spoken. Case dismissed.